This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. The definitions of sex and gender are based on biological and sociological differences exhibited by the subjects. Gender is defined according to the socialization of an individual. On the other hand, sex refers to biological presentations exhibited by an individual's body. However, the main difference between these terms is that gender involves people's behavior that arises from the way they have been brought up. Sex represents gender based on biological factors like the reproductive system. Similarities between men and women. Men and women experience pain when anything pricks them. This means they all react to physical pressure and pain whenever they are exposed to a hostile environment. In addition, it is necessary to explain that while men may react slowly to this change in their environment, women react faster. Secondly, people feel hungry and look for food at least 3 times a day. This means no one is able to resist hunger when he or she is exposed to it. It does not discriminate against anybody regarding sex or gender, but attacks all human beings. This means that a person cannot be classified as a man or woman based on the amount of food the individual eats or the intervals between meals. Thirdly, they grow and develop at the same rate when put under similar conditions. The growth and development curves are similar and exhibit similar development characteristics whenever they are put in the same conditions like diet, physical exercise, education, and training. Many schools used to discriminate against girls because they could not handle math or science subjects. Society used to think that women could not grasp mathematical concepts and understand various aspects of science. Today, women are pursuing careers involving math and sciences and engaging in challenging careers like masonry, carpentry, and finance, traditionally reserved for men. In addition, men were also thought to be poor in languages, and they could hardly communicate in more than 3 languages. Women were preferred translators and public relations officers since they were thought to be more fluent and command language aspects more than men. However, this matter has since been disapproved, and men are becoming experts in language and communication skills. It is necessary to understand that men and women have similar abilities to grasp any content taught by their teachers and instructors. The difference occurs in terms of implementing and applying the aspects of theory into practice. Lastly, depending on what stimulates them, men and women are prone to anger and happiness. No one likes being hurt, but everybody wants to be happy. This means that when a man or woman is offended, the person will be annoyed. However, this is not determined by their gender or sexuality. Men and women feel pain when hurt by those close to them and will do anything to ensure they interact with those who make them happy. Differences. Women are more emotional than men despite the challenges they experience. This issue has always been associated with culture and socialization aspects. Women have been cultured to exhibit weak emotions and react emotionally to disappointments in life. This explains why most women will cry just because their friends are sick or have been disappointed by their neighbors. On the other hand, men tend to exhibit strong emotions when confronted with challenges and disappointments in life. This explains why most men will rarely cry, even when their loved ones die. A good illustration of this stereotype is exhibited in Mexican soap operas, where women shed tears whenever they are faced with challenges, like when a cat drinks the baby's milk. Secondly, it is believed that women and men have various levels of intelligence based on the issue at hand. Women are more intelligent in handling relationship issues and solving conflicts compared to men, who are motivated by anger, happiness, and joy. Women reason before making any decision whenever they are confronted with challenging issues, while men think after acting. This theory has always been proved right when angry men bang their car or bedroom doors and even hit concrete walls when an unexpected event happens. Later, they discover that they have spoiled these doors and injured their fingers. Women are slower to anger, and they explore all options before acting, while men act on impulse. Communication is an important aspect not only in relationships but also in solving various issues at home and office. Women have complicated communication skills compared to men. This has always been proved right in many organizations where women are customer care representatives and human resource managers. On the other hand, men are good leaders even though women excel in managing and organizing people to follow specific ways of thinking. Although women have not been given vital leadership positions, they play essential roles in advising men regarding various leadership and performance issues. This explains the relevance of the statement that whenever there is a successful man, there is always a busy woman behind him who steers and ensures he is on track. Women are known to communicate in both symbolic and direct ways to ensure their message is understood. They know when to use images and symbols to communicate and when to tell their stories directly without using expressions. However, men are always direct, disorganized, and careless in their expressions. This explains why a quarrel started by a man may not quickly escalate into a fight compared to the other way around. Women use language to express their emotions, show gratitude, and solve issues in life. However, men use language to prove they are in control of everything, and in the process, they expose their underbellies. In addition, women have various tastes and preferences in terms of food, clothes, furniture, vehicles, electronics, and other items used at work and home. However, men have minimal choices when it comes to these items. This explains why a woman may have heaps of clothes in her bedroom while a man may have a handful of them. A woman has a creative sense of taste and can easily identify differences in a variety of products on sale. However, men do not pay attention to these little details and have no time to find out the differences in the qualities of products. They pay attention to the prices of commodities, while women are more concerned with quality, brand, manufacturer, and other minor details. Conclusion: human beings will always be different from each other despite the many similarities between them. However, they must learn to interact with others despite their differences. Sexual, economic, professional, cultural, and political differences should be used to enrich human relationships. Did you like this comparisons between men and women sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivpanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.